welcome to the King Sacrifice YouTube channel. So this will be the fourth episode on the Attacking Manual Volume 1 by Jacob Agard. So the instructive game today I'm going to show you in this video was played between Artur Yusupov and Vasily Ivanchuk in the year 1995. So let's start the video. The first move was d4, continued with d5, c4, e6, knight to f3, d captures on c4, the queen's gambit accepted, e3, a6, bishop captures on c4, c5, bishop to b3, knight to f6, castles, knight to c6, queen to e2, c captures on d4, rook to d1, d3. And with this move, black manages to restrict white's option to exploit his development. And after this, rook captures on d3, queen to c7, knight to c3, and in the game bishop to d6 was played. But if bishop to c5 was possible, because this move in the later games was proved to be fine, and for example h3 castles, e4, knight to d7 was fine in the game between Antunes versus Van Velde in the year 1995. So after bishop to d6, e4, knight to e5, knight captures on e5, bishop captures on e5. This was the point of black's 11th move, bishop to d6, because after the exchange of knights on the e5, the bishop is limiting the move of the e pawn, and the pawn on a6 and e6 are doing the same for the knight and the bishop. So after that, f4 was played, bishop captures on f4, bishop captures on f4, queen recaptures the bishop, and now white should not allow black to put his queen on e5. On e5, where she will be out of reach of all the white's pieces, and that's why white played e5 on the next move, after which knight to d7 was played, and here knight to g4 is not possible because of g3. So after knight to d7, rook to f1 was played. It was better to hold on to the majestic e-pawn with rook to e1, and there will still be time to chase the queen and make use of the lead in development. So after knight to d7, rook to f1 was played, and so the queen captures the pawn on e5, rook to e3, very tempting move, queen to d4, rook to d1, queen to a7, the only option for the black queen, because after queen to b6, white would have bishop captures on e6, f captures on e6, knight to d5, aiming to play queen to h5 on the another move. So after queen to a7, knight to e4, black castles, king to h1, knight to e5 was played, after which rook to h3 was played. And now here in the game the move knight to g6 was played. If h6, then rook captures on h6 would have been played, and if f6, then queen to h5, h6, knight captures on f6. And in both the cases white wins with a strong attack. So after knight to g6, queen to h5 was played, after which h6 and knight to f7 check was given in the game. But the best move was bishop to c2, where the bishop is aiming on the b1 to h7 diagonal, and after e5, knight to f6 check, king to h8, rook to g3, knight to f4, queen captures on e5, knight to g6, bishop captures on g6, f captures on g6, rook captures on g6, b5, rook captures on h6, g captures on f6, and the stunning rook to d7 move would end the game. But in the game, knight to f6 was played instead, and g captures on f6, queen captures on h6, rook to e8 was played. White had a direct win after queen to h7 check, king to f8, rook to f3. Now f5 is not possible because of rook captures on f5, and now black can all do is to resign. But in the game, the move rook to g3 was played. So now the most defensive move was played, that is queen to f2. And now white can just take a perpetual after rook captures on g6 check, f captures on g6, queen captures on g6, king to f8, queen to h6, king to g8, queen to g6, and the game was drawn. So we just looked at a game where we saw that white lost several opportunities to win the game, and we learned about the importance of bringing all the pieces to attack and the importance of development which was missing in the black's position. So with this we have came to an end of our video, and if you want to learn more about attacking, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also press the bell icon to get instant notification about our latest uploads. So thank you for watching and see you on the next video.